I died on the day I was supposed to marry Ryan Wolfe. When I didn't show up on time, he angrily married his childhood sweetheart, Lorelei Floyd, instead, and publicly announced, Alexis Harding cheated before our wedding and called it off herself. The rumors crushed my mother, and she died from a heart attack right then and there. But Ryan seemed to have forgotten that he, in a fit of rage to defend Lorelei, slashed my arm and locked me in a basement for 10 whole days. I begged him and pleaded for mercy, but all I got was his cold reply, "You'll stay here for a while, so you can fully understand the pain you caused Lorelei, and maybe, just maybe, it'll rid you of your wicked thoughts." When he found my corpse, ravaged by maggots, he lost his mind. Where is Alexis Harding? Is she playing the missing trick again? As my consciousness slowly returned, Ryan Wolfe's furious voice was the first thing I heard. "Mr. Wolfe, we've looked everywhere. There's no sign of her. Do you think something might have happened to Ms. Harding?" His assistant spoke hesitantly, standing nearby. Ryan's response was to slam his glass onto the table, shattering it against the floor. What could possibly happen to her? She's doing this on purpose to humiliate me, all because I gave her a lesson for Lorelei's sake. His chest heaved with rage, his expression twisted in fury. At that moment, a soft voice crept into the room from the doorway. "Ryan, I think I just saw Alexis, and I took a picture." Lorelei Floyd, acting as if she had discovered something precious, held out her phone for Ryan to see. In the photo, it was unmistakably me, standing with my childhood friend, Scott Caldwell. Ryan's eyes locked on the image, and he gritted his teeth. How dare she betray me? She even skipped our wedding to mess around with some other guy? She's really something. As I looked at the pure hatred on his face, my heart had already gone numb. He was always like this. He believed every word Lorelei said but never trusted me. I knew he wished I were dead right now, but the truth was, he'd already gotten his wish. In the cold, suffocating basement, I was tied to a pillar. My claustrophobia made me tremble uncontrollably as I begged for mercy. "Ryan, please, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have hurt Lorelei. I was wrong." But he only stared at me with cold, mocking eyes. "Alexis, you nearly killed Lorelei, and now you're pretending to be the victim?" Fear choked me, and I could barely string a sentence together. "No, I didn't." He seemed bored of my stammering. He wrapped duct tape tightly around my mouth, silencing me. Then, as I looked at him with desperate eyes, he took a knife and slashed my arm 3 times. "You broke Lorelei's arm, so I'm cutting you 3 times. It won't kill you, but it's the price you'll pay for your cruelty." Those were the last words he spoke to me before he slammed the basement door shut. I had always known Ryan was cold, but I never imagined he could be so heartless. The sharp pain in my arm was immediate. I could feel the blood slowly oozing from the wounds, dripping to the floor. But Ryan didn't know one crucial thing. Since birth, I'd suffered from a blood clotting disorder. Those 3 cuts were more than enough to kill me. The basement was pitch black, with no sliver of light, and the endless darkness swallowed me whole. It felt as though 1,000 sharp blades were cutting through my heart with every breath I took, and the pain became unbearable. The sound of my muffled cries echoed in the cold, empty room. I didn't know how much time had passed before I finally closed my eyes, welcoming the release from this torment. "Ryan, what do we do now? There are so many guests outside." Lorelei blinked her large, innocent eyes, looking every bit the pure angel she pretended to be. "It's all my fault. I'm sure Alexis didn't show up because she's mad at me. I'm so sorry, Ryan." As her eyes began to well up with tears, Ryan immediately softened, his anger fading away. He gently pulled her into his arms, running his fingers through her long, dark hair. "It's not your fault. It's her fault for not showing up to the wedding and running off with some other man."